Is Algorand dead? This is something that everyone is wondering. The price is down to the 2020 lows at this point. So we need to jump in and understand, what is Algorand? Is the underlying technology good enough to keep investing in? And why does this coin continue to go down when compared to its Ethereum pairs, its Bitcoin pairs, and other important metrics in the space? So let's look at why Algorand is struggling, or seems to be struggling right now, compared to its previous price action. So guys, this is Algorand versus Bitcoin pair. You can see that it has just been trending down basically since the inception of Algorand. We're down to the lowest levels that we have ever seen. And when you are assessing coins, it's important to see what its value is doing in comparison with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the king. And really, what we look to do with altcoins, at least my strategy, is to arbitrage onto Bitcoin. So you're going further out the risk curve when you're investing in these altcoins. So you need to make sure they're good investments when compared back to Bitcoin, because ultimately the strategy is to acquire more Bitcoin at the end of the day. So if you can use these altcoins as an arbitrage over time to gain liquidity onto Bitcoin, that's really what we look to do. So this metric can tell us if Algorand is gaining any traction against Bitcoin. And if you look at this, you can see it's been on a downtrend for the past 3 years, since 2020. Now, this isn't to say that it will never gain traction. We're just on a downtrend for now. I think Algorand is in a good position at this point. We've been going down for a while. However, when I get on to Twitter, which is a great metric of how things are trending, and I post something about Algorand with the dollar symbol in front of algo, which is the ticker symbol, I get a lot of engagements with my post. So what that means to me, and especially since I have a small Twitter following, at this point I only have about 325 subscribers on my Twitter. When I post something and I get a lot of viewership, say 6,000 people look at it, something of that nature, which was this one: Algo needs a good story. Stories drive price. Algo Foundation manufactured amazing stories. So this tweet really was meant to see what kind of engagement I get. 2,000 people looked at it. That's pretty good for the amount of following I have. But really the responses I got were very eye-opening. You have a pretty large Algorand following on Twitter, a good community. You got someone here that says, here's why, here's the real story. The user experience tells the story. It's fast, it's instant transaction finality, it's cheap, no gas fees, no failed transactions, it's reliable, there's zero downtime, it's secure, post-quantum secure, and it works for everybody. The solution is Algorand. Now, it's a great blockchain. I've invested into Algorand heavily. I think it's going to do great in the future. And I invest in projects that have great fundamentals for long-term holds, really 5 years or longer. So I also wanted to bring up the fact that Messiano 1, which is a part of the Algorand blockchain, has bridged the Pepe coin, which is a meme coin that went from 0 to $1 billion market cap over the course of a month. And they bridged on Algorand, and instead of paying about $100 in Ethereum gas fees, a lot of people were moving over to the Algorand blockchain to only pay basically nothing in gas fees to swap some of their Algorand for Pepe coin in hopes of some gains. Now, I don't believe in these meme coins. I don't invest in them, but this was a great marketing ploy to get people more used to Algorand, to get people using the blockchain, to get people over here to see what Algorand is all about. Now, I think Algorand has a bright future for the coming bull run. I think this coin is going to do big things, and I think the people who are investing in it now are going to make the biggest returns in Algorand. Now, back to the Bitcoin pair. We're going down, we've been going down, but we're in a good place to reverse this downtrend now. And I want to show you why that is. When I come over here to the Bitcoin dominance, and to really understand why some of these altcoins aren't really doing anything right now, and it's a great time to accumulate, you can see that Bitcoin dominance is going up compared to everything else. Now, there's an inverse relationship between the Bitcoin price and the altcoin price. So when the Bitcoin dominance is going up, that means the Algorand Bitcoin pair goes down, which means Algorand is worth less in comparison to Bitcoin. This is important because to me, this is a better buying opportunity for altcoins. I don't want to wait until I see this metric start to turn up when I start to buy. I want to buy it down here when it's at its lowest level. So guys, you can see that the price, 16 cents, 17 cents, we're back down to the 2020 lows. And we are just tapping on the door here. I think we have major support in this area. I do not believe it's going to drop down further than this. However, I don't know. All I know is that if you're buying at these levels, which are previous lows from 3 years ago, it's a good time to get into Algorand and create a position for yourself here before we go into this 2024 and 2025 bull run. Also, it's important to note that the Fed is likely done raising rates. The rate hikes are done and will likely have to pivot towards the end of this year and start injecting liquidity in the market. Now, this can set off basically a swan event and push Bitcoin higher, push all these coins higher, because the business cycle, which is basically the Fed injecting liquidity and lowering rates, is very closely tied to not only the Bitcoin halving, but also kicking off the next bull run. So that's something to look at. And if you want to put money into the market, this is the accumulation phase. I think we have definitely entered into the accumulation phase, and I can show this to you as well. All right guys, do you remember this? This is the Wall Street cheat sheet, the psychology of a market cycle. I really think the point that we're in right now is we're in this disbelief slash hope slash accumulation phase right in here, where we've kind of gone up a little bit, but we're in this disbelief phase. We don't really believe anything's going to happen. I'm still in the point where I'm accumulating. I think a lot of the smart money right now is accumulating coins. We're getting ready for the kickoff of the next bull run. We're about 1 year away from the Bitcoin halving, and really 6 months out from the Bitcoin halving is when things really start to kick off. So I think we're going to have really this 5-month period of sideways action. We've kind of gone up at the beginning of the year. We went up about 50% on the Bitcoin chart. I think we're in this disbelief phase. We don't really know what's going to happen. I think we go sideways for about 5 months, which is where the smart money is going to be accumulating every last dollar that they have, all of their cash flow that they're getting in, putting in here right now, getting ready for the hope, optimism, belief, thrill, and euphoria phase, and then complacency, where we cool off a little bit. A lot of people sell. A lot of the new people provide exit liquidity and things of that nature. So this is something to think about in this stage of the market, especially when you look at Algorand and the opportunity that's there with Algorand. Now, let me remind you as well as we finish out this video that Algorand got to about $2.69 back at the last bull run. I don't think that it's crazy to think that Algorand could get up to closer to, I think it could 2 to 3x from its last bull run. So we're looking at $9 to $10 here, and that's 4,000%, 4,700%. These things can happen, and there's a lot of liquidity that comes into these altcoins during this period of time in the bull run. The crypto markets continue to go up, and it's important to keep an eye on this stuff and don't focus on it too much. Once you have conviction on what you're putting your money into, you can step away, just let it sit, but keep an eye on the macro view of the entire market, so that way you can get some of this money out in increments as we go up. Maybe you take a little bit out at 80 cents, take a little bit out at $1, take a little bit out at $1.50, some of these increments, so that way you can pull out your initial investment and just watch the rest ride, and hopefully you can pull some more out at the top, and you don't end up losing any money and watching it go all the way back down. Because this is the way these things go, guys. They go up in the bull run, they come back down to they go back down about 90%. They don't quite touch the previous lows. Now Algorand is, that's why I think it's a decent buying opportunity right now, and then you shoot back off in the next bull run. So guys, if you found this video interesting, if you got some alpha out of the video, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and smash that notification bell to keep getting all of these updates. Appreciate it. Have a good one.